if you're friends with me, unless I post you, or unless we show the world that we're hanging out together, that's that's not your definition of friendship.
You got married, you dumped me, or you started having kids suddenly.
There's nothing we can talk about. We're not ghosted a friend and justify it as protecting your peace. We lost friends because of your spiritual journey or growth.
This is a call, a PSA for you to
Even to myself.
send a message to that sister you missed today.
1, 2, ready, go. Unveiled Voices.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Unveiled Voices. I'm Anifah, one of the hosts, and
If you don't know my name, that means you're just joining for
as
the
in, I
first time.
just
So yeah, my name is Mariam, one of the hosts of the podcast. Welcome to Unveiled Voices.
very good to have you here. Thank you for your continued support. Today's topic, I think it's a very deep one. I'm going to reel off some stats just to introduce the topic, and then we'll talk more about it. So, a UK study found that chronic loneliness can raise your risk of early death by 26%, which is equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
Wow.
Basically, this highlights that loneliness is not just a feeling, it's actually a risk health-wise. And even in hyperconnected world like ours, 72% of young adults in the UK say loneliness affects their mental health. That is nearly 3 out of 4, especially people that are kind of navigating big changes alone. And you say, oh, okay, this is a UK issue, this is a Western issue. But it's not. In Nigeria, where we say community is everything, over 41% of older women report feeling lonely. In some regions, the number even goes up to 50s, showing us that even where we have extended family networks, this isolation can cut very deep. We have sources for all of this. We'll include them in our show notes. So, we're not just pulling this out of thin air. The point is, whether you're in Lagos or London, which are kind of our bases, or wherever you are in the world, whether you're working long hours, working from home all day, single, married, student, wherever you are, this episode is one that can touch anybody, regardless of who you are or where you are in life. Mariam, why did you think it's important for us to touch on this?
I think I like the stats of where it said even in an hyper connected world. And that's because everything we do now is kind of for the gram. So yeah, even friendships are for the gram. With the way people do friendships now, like if you're friends with me, unless I post you, or unless we show the world that we're hanging out together, that's not your definition of friendship. So if the root of our friendship is maybe from for the gram, like I said, obviously I would feel lonely because discussions that we're supposed to be having, like felt heartfelt conversations, we're not having that because we are our relationship is performative. So it kind of checks out why, even though in an hyper-connected world where you are not necessarily disconnected from your friend that is in Canada or or because the root of the friendship is like for the gram, like I said, so it makes sense. That's how this kind of makes sense. But indeed, this episode is one that is very good to have, because what we'll basically be doing is exploring what it feels like when we find ourselves in friendships like this, or even when friendships fade, when we find ourselves feeling distant from our sisters, not necessarily biological sisters, but like our friends that we've grown together, and it's just like that disconnect, or ultimately how to kind of like reconnect in that bit. When we were discussing the show notes, I was kind of reflecting on even my friendships right from time, and I would say there are some things that I probably could have done better. There are some measures I could have taken that would have probably helped some friendships and all of that. But again, like it's a two-way street, which we would also talk to on how friendship should should be, right? So yeah, maybe let's take it one at a time. So
let's get right into it. So in my head, I'm thinking there's a sister somewhere, right? And she has this realization that, wow, I actually missed my people.
Yeah.
Let's play it back. How did we actually get there? What causes this thing of wait, oh, I cannot see anyone with me again? What do you think happens to women, particularly Muslim women as well?
A lot of things. Honestly, a lot. And one would be, as we are growing, right? Everybody's destiny is different. Um, in some friendship groups, you'd probably be the first person to get married. In some friendship group, you'd probably be the last person to get married. For some friendship groups, you already have people that are giving birth, that have four, 5 kids, and you don't even have one yet. So everybody's at like different stages of life.
Yeah.
And even, let's zoom out from even before marriage or before kids, even in school, we were all also at different phases of life.
Absolutely.
For different phases of life. And this is even me sharing like my experience. When I was in school, I was juggling writing ICANN and also like doing my BSc at the time.
Okay.
And you go for lectures Monday to Friday. Saturday to Sundays when you're supposed to like supposedly chill out and all that.
Chill with
But I was going for tutorials. So most times I didn't even get the avenue to like hang out with my friends. And I remember there was an event where it was literally said to my face that you should not even probably think of inviting Mariam because she would not have time to.
Whoa!
And this is also something me and a friend discussed recently because she's also like going through similar phase, and our friends are
where she has one
and her friends are literally saying, okay, things around, this person is just not.
Let's just
But at the time, I won't necessarily say because I want to be friends with you, I won't pursue what I wanted to pursue or like go for my academic.
But do you think it's about that?
So that's my point, that what we need to always do at every point in time is first and foremost acknowledge that we are and will always be at different phases of life. So the bit where we should always try to reconcile is how do we all meet at a common ground. You have 5 kids, I have 0 kids. What is our common ground? You are preparing for an exam, I am not preparing for an exam. What is our common ground? You are this, I am that. What is our common ground? So if indeed we want to make that friendship or that sisterhood work, we should always try to see where is our convergence point and what is our common ground.
Do you think you did that then?
At the time, no, I did not.
Why?
Everybody, I'm I'm chasing my goal. You're chasing your goal.
The reason why I'm asking is, I think there's a bit of age factor and just having experienced certain things. So there was something that happened recently with one of my friends that I was thinking about it, and these are moments where you see that the Anifah before is not the Anifah. Like literally, if someone had done that to me 3 years ago, that friendship is gone. Or almost gone. To be a thing of let's see how it goes. But I think because I'm older, I've seen things that start very small blow up out of proportion. And I looked at my relationship with this person and I'm like, no, I'm actually not willing to make it where you made me feel in this moment define it. And I also pray to Allah, because these things are not easy. Nobody wants to be the one that looks like a fool. Nobody wants to be the one always reaching out, like always, for lack of a better way, being a doormat for the other person. But again, when you have some sort of history with the person, when you've seen it before, you are willing to
overlook things.
And so maybe I would say maybe to younger people, like thinking about this, is that like that thing that is pissing you off so much or is very painful to you in that moment, don't look at it as, okay, I'm going to throw away this friendship. Look at it as, okay, I'm getting to know this person. Really just let me give them grace. Let me tell them how I feel. And let's see.
So to your point on what did I do at that time? Nothing. But if I could go back in time, what I would probably do is not necessarily burn the bridges of those friendships just because of I was doing that. And again, it's a 2-way street, right? Because they also we're not willing to put in the effort of meeting me at the common ground of where I'm at. Exactly, that kind of thing. So which is something you must probably have noticed with how I've treated my friendships in this recent age. Okay, so maybe even backstory of the bit of where I didn't grow up with a lot of female friendships. I am the only girl in my family, so I didn't even grow up with sisters. So my adult years is literally me making that happen for myself. So I've been in my adult years, I've been for sure intentional about my friendships,
more willing
to overlook things, more willing to put in the effort, more willing to be the one to say, hey, let's catch up. Hey.
But wait, there's on this reasons why. Even though we kind of glossed over the
why
life transitions thing, one of the biggest two that I know that people are always saying is, okay, you got married, you dumped me, or you started having kids, suddenly
there's nothing we can talk about.
Like now I cannot say, hey, you'll be thinking, like, how should people dealing with that? Because it's all fun and games when it's hypothetical, but when it's real, what should someone do?
So in the marriage dynamics, for instance, pre-marriage, maybe if something happens to you, your friend is the first person you tell about it. But you can't discount the fact that now I'm married. There's somebody that we are living together. Obviously, would have maybe during dinner, or how was your day, the rundown of how my day went.
So that person
becomes like the first. Yeah, exactly. It becomes the first person that. So you can't. I mean, that's how the marriage design is. No, I'm not saying that your friend should not still be.
You're just explaining.
I'm just giving context to how it happens. So you see, you have that husband or wife now that is now like the first sounding board of whatever happens to you. But that does not necessarily mean that you shouldn't. You should. So I still think it's a two-way thing, and I feel the people on the other side are always the ones quick to.
Let's forget two-way. Focus on one
the
perspective and land it. So be the person who just got married. What are you doing to maintain your friendships?
So the person who is not married yet.
Yes.
Okay. So I already put the context of you can't disregard the fact that my husband would probably be the first person that I would tell
what parties.
That's what I'm saying. So we also need to acknowledge the fact that if we used to talk every day, that might not going to be a possibility anymore.
I don't agree, but go on.
That might not be a possibility anymore. But in the maybe every 2 days or every 3 days or once in a week we catch up. It can count.
Disappear.
Yeah, don't just disappear. At least still footing.
It might not be as much, but keep dropping your messages.
Yeah.
And I think discover new things together, right? So I feel like I've gotten closer to you, for example, because I've traveled with you, right? Like we've gone away from our stuff. We've seen how we are
outside of.
You get what I mean? And we've disagreed on certain things. I'm like, oh, okay, Mariam doesn't.
Yeah.
I might not even tell you that.
Yeah, it's just knowing.
I just know, and I'm like, okay, now I know
this person doesn't.
You understand what I mean? So it's making sure you, in some ways, still keep those ties that you have, and making sure you experience new things together. See, me, I'm a foodie, and I remember one of my friends. One thing we used to do, at least before I left Nigeria, we'll go and eat at some really nice spots together. Then we'll this. So we kept in touch in that way. Very different from how we were in school. Very different from when we used to see each other in class almost every time. But we would.
You are still keeping up that contact,
exactly. And there's always some overlap, right? So just because you got married does not mean they stop being a woman. Just because you got married does not mean the person is not working again.
Yeah.
So there'll still be some, like you said, convergence.
Yeah.
And so maybe owning on those bits a bit more. And for me, I'm also very open about like sharing my experiences. So there are things that I say to my friends where after I got
because married, you've gone through that.
They now want to get married. I'm like, yo,
remember,
yeah. I have that open mindset, and I understand that if I'm telling them that at the point where I just got married and they were not even in that headspace,
to be like,
I wasn't trying to hear anybody deep
got you,
or anything when I wasn't in that headspace. So I think for the person that is in that situation, understand that bit, that know when to say
things,
owning on what ties you guys together, and please don't be proud just because, like, the fact that you got married first,
or it's
none of it is Allah's
design.
Even with kids, like the fact that you have kids early doesn't mean that I'm the one that knows best, kind of, it's because I did it. No, it's because Allah wants to grant you those
Yeah.
things. So
Okay.
I think if everyone looks at things from that perspective, right, it becomes easier to be humble.
Yeah, I agree with you. I still want to put out the bit of where there has to be intentionality on both
Obviously,
sides.
like, so
Yeah.
I spoke from perspective of being the person who um is the one that had the life transition, right? Keeping that open door. But imagine me doing all of this and the person I'm talking to
It's
already has
like,
this notion
yeah,
that once
you're
married,
not,
get
you're
out,
not
you
part of
cannot
our.
do, yes, I can do X, Y, and Z. But if I feel like you are belittling my choices, if I feel like
You're not giving me the
you
option
don't rate
to.
me anymore because what I decided to do X, Y, Z is not looking good,
Yeah.
I'll change it for you,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So on both sides, be humble and let's understand that different people are in different places at the same time.
Have you ever? I think I know the answer to this question.
Yeah.
Sorry, but have you ever ghosted a friend and justified it as protecting your peace? Like 100% ghosting. I don't think you've done that.
Why,
100%.
you think you know me?
I don't think so.
I've done it before now.
100% ghosting.
Yeah, and honestly, in hindsight now, it's something that I regret doing. I don't have a lot of regrets, but it's
That's
one of
one.
those where not because of what the person would do to me, but because
How the relationship ended.
how final
Hmm.
the decision was. That's why now I feel like I look at this and I'm like, okay, calm down, because
You've
they're all
seen
different.
So we'll want to hear from you, like the listeners. Have you ever had a friendship that has faded? And you didn't know how to fix it.
And why? Why do you think it happened?
Atomike is still life.
Is the plugging of Atomike
let's
the right one?
let's utilize that
Yeah.
to discuss with us. But off the back of even friendships, not adding the layer of spirituality on top of it, have you lost friends because of your spiritual journey or spiritual growth?
No.
So maybe you used to work with some certain group of friends, and then now that you have more clarity spiritually, and you're like, not necessarily cutting them off because they are not on the same level with you, but because you guys don't just align anymore. So say for instance, you used to be in a group of friends where you guys used to pray solar every 5 times, and then you grew spiritually, and then you saying that reminder of, guys, let's go pray, started to look like you are doing the most, and so maybe off the back of that, then the friendship starts to drift. You guys start to drift apart.
Do you know what? I think I've been pretty fortunate in, for example, I think things like Salah should not even be like, if I'm telling you that, like,
let's go and pray.
So most of the times in that way, where maybe before we used to struggle with Salah or join it, and now I'm more conscious. It's been, oh, I want to pray. The other person is joining, we are praying together, and because that has happened a few times, it's now a thing. What I will say is, I don't want to say I don't want to say the exact thing, because you also don't want to be blasting people. Wrong. Yeah. I've been in a few places where you wouldn't expect to see someone like me. And when I say someone like me, someone who, looks Muslim, right? I did it out of a genuine love of that particular thing at the time, which, yeah. And I used to go with some people who were not even Muslims, right? When I decided that I don't want to do this thing again, no one came to ask me.
Why?
Yes. And one of the perks of having a podcast like this is that, your people will support you regardless. Like, some of the things we talk about are quite neutral.
Yeah.
My Christian friends sometimes listen. Is that they don't know where you stand. I'm not hiding it. And it's a thing of, do you value me enough to remain my friend? Because I'm still a very nice person.
Yeah. But this is just where I stand right now.
So I think it would be a shame if any of my friends would say, oh,
because you don't do this, we can't be friends.
It would be a shame, because I like to think that I've made really good friends. Allah has blessed me in that way, where for the most part, they have sense, and I also have sense. So it has yet to happen.
Yeah, I mean, same. And maybe even for me, because your, how would I put it, one of like deal breakers for I have non-Muslim friends for sure, and what we would talk about or like our conversations are not necessarily be around religion, but maybe like other facets of life. Yeah, we do have
just
like
generally
common interests and all that, but that does not take away the fact that I then have to hide me being a Muslim outside of that
Nope.
friendship group.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've gone on group trips with friends that are not Muslims. I remember there was a trip I went with some friends, went to Georgia that year. And so maybe I wanted to greet somebody's parent or somebody something. I can't remember. And the person was like, oh yeah, Mariam is praying right now and all that. And the funny thing was that I hadn't even finished praying in the room, but I think I was just seated or something. Like, yeah, exactly. This person recognizes that, yeah, this is what I'm doing, and I don't have to like shy away from the fact that I'm a Muslim from that kind of friendship group. But even within the context of my Muslim friends, if I don't see us growing together, even spiritually, like, so why are we
So
friends?
bye.
Not necessarily by, but the dynamics would just be that the friendship would fizzle out, or it probably would not necessarily be at that level.
I'm not sure I'm getting the point.
No, so my point is, okay, we are both Muslims, and um like obviously there will be conversations that would have had over time on, okay, how do we grow or what do we do better and all of that,
But is it all your Muslims
that we
Muslim
are
friends
growing
you have
together.
that conversation with?
Friends, if I'm calling you my maybe we should even
Because there are different level of friends, right?
so if you're not my friend, you're my acquaintance. Me,
I think we are being
always
very crafty.
being crafty. People, I'm not one of those who use the word friends usually.
So who are you shading?
I don't know. You people with 300 friends. That's not even possible.
So what I'll say with this is, may Allah make it easy for
Yes, for sure.
I have different people where even me, some people might look at me and feel like, oh, this person has plateaued spiritually.
Okay, yeah.
Right? And I say plateaued because it's an important state for people to understand where, like, okay, maybe externally my job is not going longer or bigger or better, right? And how does it make me feel if there are some group of friends that then have the notion that, oh, we can't go together. I feel,
I think I get you.
You see my
yeah,
I feel weirded out by that. And so in the same vein, I give people grace on that. But will I talk about my own personal journey of, oh, I read this Kinikon today. It's good to do this.
Yes, for sure. Like,
yes,
I will let you know.
Because I want you to know
that this is what I'm doing.
Frankly,
yeah. I think that's the point I'm also making. It shouldn't be that I should be weirded out from the fact that even though I know this person is a Muslim, but I should tell this person that I'm going for Dr. Sheikh. If I they'll be like, your own is too much. Your own is too much. Yeah.
Like, oh, you know that maybe they are not at that stage where they are actively seeking the knowledge. You can still drop the knowledge. Yeah. Like, this is what this is what we do. And may Allah make it easy. Maybe one of it to enter their hearts and start. Well, 100% I hear you. Yeah. It's hard when
you are not just getting that. I'm trying to like draw you and you're like saying.
And we've said it a couple of times on this podcast. Like you're trying to better your faith. Yes. Right? And you are not moving with people that are on the journey. What are you doing? I'll give an example with Juma, right? People that don't know, you and I are neighbors, right? So Friday like this, your husband, my husband, me, we're all going. Yeah. So if maybe something is happening and we can't go, they're not going today, okay. But it's even a reminder, the fact that
you have somebody to do that constant. Yeah.
People underestimate how much even community carries us sometimes. Yeah. Normal, if you are living alone, the time you're supposed to wake up for. But if you are living two of you, someone just opens your
let's go.
Yeah. So try as much as possible to surround yourself with people who are on the same quest as you. It just makes life, easy. And share with people. Don't be afraid, especially when like you are both Muslims. Why are you afraid to tell someone that let's pray? In fact, I think Allah will ask us that, so you are praying and you open your eyes and
you are seeing this person. Yeah.
Please, and you to the person they are telling that, let's pray. You are going strong. Yeah. Allah make it easy.
I mean, so just moving into the bit of loneliness. So you've had this friendship group, the relationship is not what it used to be, and now you're feeling lonely. What do you think about like the loneliness that comes off the back of this?
Like,
So
being
how
spiritual.
we one of the statistics we mentioned was that people are lonely even in an hyper-connected world. So
Oh
this is
yeah.
where you have supposedly friends. Have you ever felt lonely off the back of, okay, me and my girls are not what we used to be before?
I get what you're saying.
You have
And
strong
we
get.
can go through it like hypothetically, right? From the angle of, do I miss a particular person at a point in time?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I don't have any. If it's not like something happened, like we had a clash or something went down, I'm very good about, I don't miss you.
Let's
I don't
hang
even,
out.
it's nothing to me. Like, I don't miss you. The problem is, if we don't blow up something somewhere, that ego is not easy. Again, now that make it easy for us.
I
I'm
mean,
saying it because
it's
this is
real.
how I am. And
Yeah,
I
it's
think a
true.
lot of women are also like that. Like, they're like,
Strong
me.
headed.
I will say sorry first. The bone will rather choke me in my throat. So I think if nothing is wrong, I'm very good about, what's up? And it's been a while. I don't, some of my friends even tell me that, no, and if she doesn't, she will reach out to me. Can you come? But in the other way, when like there's some things on ground, it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Especially if the person has done that type of thing to me before, then I'll start rehashing the past and being like, this. But any friendship that claims not to have issues or tension, they're just lying. Like, you're about to say even the tongue and the teeth or the mouth and
They fight.
they fight and they are stuck together. So the point to bring out here is like, healthy friendships is like maintaining a plant, right? Watering the plant. So there are times when things are not okay, but you water the plant,
Yeah.
you deposit some goodwill, and you be like, okay, is that why you now like this? Like, just think of ways to diffuse this tension. And that's what I have started to adopt. It's still not my number one. My number one thing is, I beg, but a part of me that is willing to change and that has begged Allah to make it easy for me is just been like, you don't need all that. Just reach out. Just call. Just go to their house, go and visit them. So it can even be a voice note, right? It can even be, I'm thinking of
This
you.
is what,
So something that is not so much you throwing yourself out there, throwing yourself on the train tracks in terms of, I can't come back from this, but a step in the right direction is what I would say. That, okay, if I'm feeling like, I've been distant from this person, just throw a rope in the sea. Let's see. Will they bite? Will they not bite? Yeah.
So, but looking at it from a spiritual point of view, people that are currently going through this loneliness phase, even if they want to put in the work now to say start reaching out to those friends, how do they navigate out of that loneliness feeling that you're feeling? And where I'm going to is, sometimes solitude is where we probably get closer to Allah.
100%.
Yeah.
I was having a thought recently that's like, may Allah forgive us, the so-called friendships that a lot of people do. I don't want to say women, but maybe I should say it, is frankly talking about other people. And I would rather not. And there's a difference. There are clear differences between, okay, hearing your grievances, asking for advice, versus just talking trash about other people. And I'm not saying I'm exempt from doing this, by the way. Like, we all know.
By default, we find ourselves. Yeah, by default.
So I was thinking that I would rather just maybe sit
Not
down in
talk to
my house,
people.
be listening to one tafsir, or do that which is beneficial, study something, like record this podcast, than that. So, buttressing your point on, sometimes when it's quiet in terms of humans, it's Allah also giving you the opportunity
to get closer to Him.
Seek His face. So open your ears, your mind. And again, this is not to people that fought with everybody in the whole world. Change your behavior. That's not this is not the example. Don't say Anifah and Mariam said that after I've dragged XYZ.
Yeah.
Yes, focus on your relationship with Allah, but also beg Allah to make it. How many times have we ever actually prayed to Allah that make me a better worshiper to you, make me a better friend to my friends, a better sister to my siblings. Like, I think people just see dua as God give me money, God give me house, God give me kids, God give me. No, it's venturing yourself, and that people will see you.
I'm like,
I feel like this what it means to be a Muslim. That is what you should be going for. So for me, that's the way I think about maybe spiritually, yes, it's calling you back to Allah, giving you time to, instead of spending 3 hours talking trash. Like, if you look at it, maybe you only remembered Allah for 1 second, or you didn't even remember at all. Do that with his benefit.
Yeah, may Allah make it easy. So, I think the summary is when your friendship groups or your group chats are silent, or you're trying to navigate all of these different scenarios that we painted, the line to Allah is never closed.
It's
like
never, at least
it's
Allah
always open.
Even with your bad behavior, open that one.
Allah is definitely always close.
Yeah. Maybe also just to say it from perspective of not blowing things up, or like, if it's looking like things are quiet, I think this is something I actually admire about you on the group chats, because we have a couple of group chats. You are the one that will say,
everybody
come out, or you drop one poll. I really like the poll you did when, was it Eid?
Oh yeah, like, this or that. Okay, yeah, just to engage people.
Fun. This or that halal version. This or that,
girls. Yeah.
Very good. Be the one that people will say, no, Mariam.
You're always,
reaching out. Anifah, no. When she sees you, she's always smiling. Those kind of things. I know some people will say, what if I'm going through stuff? I don't want people in my space. Go and do it outside. You don't have to do it in your house. Do it virtually. About this stuff, tell Allah. Tell one of these so-called people. Like, we need to go through life light. Take those burdens, take these things and place it on the doorstep of Allah, and use the people around you. Anyway, be open to new friendships too. Me, I don't do very well at this, but I'm very good at least, if my mutual has a friend and they're like, this person's a good, I'll be like, let me go on board you. So if you're not even good at being the one to reach out, also, Mariam told me this other person. Okay. Be open-minded and join book clubs, listen to podcasts, join sister circles.
This could be a podcast you can bond over with your friends. Just for Unveiled Voices listeners.
It's deep. You don't want to walk through life
alone.
Alone. So try as much as possible to reconnect and rebuild.
An healthy friendship, I think we also mentioned this, it needs maintenance. Like, it is a two-way street. You can't be the one that they are
reach out to me.
You need to reach out.
Them. Spray some water on the friendship.
Yes.
At least do it 2 times.
Yes.
I think there's one saying somewhere of like, make excuses for your, I can't remember.
Yes. So this person said, I can't come now. Oh, make excuses of.
Don't say, don't go and overthink that. Because they hate me.
Yes. This person is maybe having an exam. This person is not feeling fine. This person
give them 60 multiple excuses.
Yeah.
Is your burden.
Yeah, so, and we also mentioned the tips to like reconnect. It could be a voice note, it could be I was just thinking about you, I wanted to check in on you, which is something we actually do very well in romantic relationships. But
I think one of the biggest problems is that people just place romantic
on a pedestal that is so high,
to the detriment of like our friends, family, very important. We don't know, and that's why we act like we do. And that make it easy.
Yeah, so it could be a voice note to your friend, it could be a message, it could be I saw this and I thought of you. Just something to like just kickstart the conversation again. And
there's actually a tweet.
Yeah.
Say some journeys in life are lonely. Whether it's to better your career, your health, or your relationship with Allah, which kind of touches on what we said. But these are the moments that you see what you as a person are really made of, right? They are the moments that reinforce tawakkul
Mm-hmm.
and allow you to taste the sweetness of the deen. So this is just buttressing that bit of turning to Allah
Mm-hmm.
when we feel like refilling ourselves from the fountain of Allah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, something actually came to mind right now that there'll be sisters watching this that have one or two relationships or so that have just gone dead. Nothing. This is a call, a PSA for you to
Even to myself.
send a message to that sister you miss today.
Yeah.
And please, like, you guys make dua for Allah to make you a better friend. Not just send you better ones, because it's not always that the other way around. You get what I mean?
Yeah. I was kind of reflecting on what I would allude to that sustained us to now. Because I don't think if that has not been in place, I don't think we would be on episode 26. I don't think we would be on
What's
1
the
year.
thing that's sustained?
So what has sustained us is, one, the podcast started off from, it was not a thing of what can we do? Yeah, let's do podcast. It was a thing of, I had been thinking about it, you had been thinking about it, and that common interest was there.
Yeah.
And it's also a thing of, most of the things we talk about on the podcast, most of the topics we discuss are things that we also like, it's like lashings to ourselves as well.
Remind
Us to ourselves as well. So, and it's off the back of like the conversations we are always having. So the common interest of, we thought about having this sort of platform, and then now the fuel sustaining it of the frequent conversations that we have amongst ourselves. So that's an example of how we are maintaining.
I think I would estimate the impact of like the pursuit of spiritual excellence. We recorded an episode like around reviving the house. I cannot even imagine Anifah of some years ago
doing that.
I would say that's probably a big part of it as well.
So,
alrighty.
So pay me maintenance.
I pay maintenance.
Pay me fresh maintenance.
I said I also think like you were actually very open and brave, because like you didn't really know me like that. You didn't know me like that. For all you know, I could have been a terrible person, and you're like, let's do a podcast.
True that. Actually, true that.
It's a testament to
that it rates you go.
I don't know if it's a personal rating me, or more like
me open
being
to
open. It is something I have lost or probably never had. And yeah, it's a good thing. May Allah make it easy for you.
Send me my maintenance fee.
So listeners, a reminder to you that, friendships evolve, and you feeling lonely at a particular point in time doesn't make you unworthy. There's another thing to be said for like people being codependent on other people, and they don't even know how to enjoy their own company. So sometimes when things go quiet, it's a point. Have you ever lived alone? Yeah, so I have as well. So I loved it. Sometimes I miss that only me in the house feeling, right? So people should also learn to sit with themselves. Like when the prophet had this time of
in
solitude,
the cave.
In the cave era. So please, guys, it doesn't mean you're unworthy. Sometimes Allah isolates you to, make you hear your own thoughts more clearly. And if the group chat is silent, it might be time to start a new one.
New blood.
With sisters who align with where you are now. Or be the one to be like, clear cobwebs, or what's happening. May you be surrounded by souls who remind you of Allah.
Amen.
The people who will check in on your spirit and not just your status.
Amen.
And make you always feel held and heard, even when it's quiet.
Amen.
So call to action.
Call that friend. Maintain that friendship that you currently have.
It,
and surround yourself with people that remind you of Allah. Because at the end of the day, the goal is all of us reunite.
If you're all of your friends, everything you do is just gisting. So
surround yourself with that.
May Allah make us one of the successful ones in this life and hereafter. Share this podcast with
your friends. Yes.
Someone who
share it to your friendship group.
Just throw it in the group chat. See what happens. Tell us about periods where you felt lonely, some of your friendships via Act to Mic, or sometimes even things you discover while just pondering over the words of Allah, spiritual stuff. Don't forget to follow, share, leave a review. We still remain Anifah and Mariam, the Unveiled Voices.